Welcome back in part 6 of BBC. Anyways, let's continue. The BBC has the second largest budget of any UK-based broadcaster with an operating expenditure of £4.722 billion in 2013/14, compared with £6.471 billion for British Sky Broadcasting in 2013/14 and £1.843 billion for ITV in the calendar year 2013. The principal means of funding the BBC is through the television license, costing £154.50 per year per household since April 2019.
Such a license is required to legally receive broadcast television across the UK, the Channel Islands and the Isle of Man.
No license is required to own a television used for other means, or for sound-only radio sets, though a separate license for these was also required for non-TV households until 1971.
The cost of a television license is set by the government and enforced by the criminal law.
A discount is available for households with only black and white television sets.
A 50% discount is also offered to people who are registered blind or severely visually impaired, and the license is completely free for any household containing anyone aged 75 or over.
However, from August 2020, the license fee will only be waived if over 75 and receiving pension credit. The BBC pursues its license fee collection and enforcement under the trading name TV Licensing.
The revenue is collected privately by Capita, an outside agency, and is paid into the Central Government Consolidated Fund, a process defined in the Communications Act 2003.
Funds are then allocated by the Department for Culture, Media and Sport, DCMS, and the Treasury and approved by Parliament via legislation.
Additional revenues are paid by the department for work and pensions to compensate for subsidized licenses for eligible over 75-year-olds.
The license fee is classified as a tax, and its evasion is a criminal offense.
Since 1991, collection and enforcement of the license fee has been the responsibility of the BBC in its role as TV licensing authority.
The BBC carries out surveillance, mostly using subcontractors, on properties under the auspices of the Regulation of Investigatory Powers Act 2000, and may conduct searches of a property using a search warrant.
According to TV licensing, 216,900 people in the UK were caught watching TV without a license in 2018/19.
License fee evasion makes up around 1/10 of all cases prosecuted in magistrates' courts, representing 0.3% of court time. Income from commercial enterprises and from overseas sales of its catalog of programs has substantially increased over recent years, with BBC Worldwide contributing some £243 million to the BBC's core public service business. According to the BBC's 2018/19 annual report, its total income was £4.889 billion, a decrease from £5.062 billion in 2017/18. Partly owing to a 3.7% phased reduction in government funding for free over 75 TV licenses, which can be broken down as follows.
£3.690 billion in license fees collected from householders.
And £1.199 billion from the BBC's commercial businesses and government grants, some of which will cease in 2020. The license fee has, however, attracted criticism.
It has been argued that in an age of multi-stream, multi-channel availability, an obligation to pay a license fee is no longer appropriate.
The BBC's use of private sector company Capita Group to send letters to premises not paying the license fee has been criticized, especially as there have been cases where such letters have been sent to premises which are up to date with their payments, or do not require a TV license. The BBC uses advertising campaigns to inform customers of the requirement to pay the license fee.
Past campaigns have been criticized by Conservative MP Boris Johnson and former MP Ann Widdecombe for having a threatening nature and language used to scare voters into paying.
Audio clips and television broadcasts are used to inform listeners of the BBC's comprehensive database.
There are a number of pressure groups campaigning on the issue of the license fee.
The majority of the BBC's commercial output comes from its commercial arm BBC Worldwide, which sells programs abroad and exploits key brands for merchandise.
Of their 2012/13 sales, 27% were centered on the 5 key super brands of Doctor Who, Top Gear, Strictly Come Dancing. Known as Dancing with the Stars internationally, the BBC's archive of natural history programming, collected under the umbrella of BBC Earth and the, now sold, travel guide brand Lonely Planet. We will continue about BBC in Part 7, so stay tuned for Part 7.